WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 11.
As the government shutdown approaches the 5-week mark, uncertainty regarding the fate of the SNAP food assistance program and air travel continues. It's our top story at 11. Thanks for joining us. I'm Rachel Ramsey. These concerns continue a day after a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to tap into contingency funds to continue paying for SNAP benefits. Willie James Inman is here for you with the latest from Washington.
On Saturday, President Trump's motorcade was seen entering his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. This comes a day after 2 federal judges ordered the Trump administration to tap into contingency funds to continue paying for SNAP, the food assistance program that provides aid to roughly 42 million Americans. The U.S. Department of Agriculture warned SNAP funds would be cut off this weekend if the federal government did not reopen. More than 24 states sued the administration this week to keep SNAP funded. Roughly 1 in 8 Americans rely on SNAP. More than half of recipients are children and the elderly. Other nutritional and education safety net programs could also see funding lapses. Eve Del Real is the president of the Arizona Head Start Association, a federally funded early childhood program.
Families would have to rely then on unlicensed care or relying on family, friends, neighbors to be able to compensate for the loss of this service.
In Houston, a line formed around this food bank. All of this comes as the government shutdown approaches the 5-week mark. Republicans are urging Democrats to support a short-term spending bill that would reopen the government. But Democrats are pushing for an extension to Affordable Care Act subsidies they say are needed to lower health insurance premiums. The shutdown also impacting air travel, with air traffic controllers now working without pay. Several airports are seeing staffing shortages that led to significant flight delays at least a dozen major U.S. airports on Friday afternoon and evening. Willie James Inman, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
New tonight, a Michigan defense lawyer is disputing FBI allegations that his 20-year-old client and 4 others planned a terror attack on Halloween weekend. FBI Director Kash Patel announced the arrests on Friday. However, authorities have offered few details. 2 people briefed on the investigation say it involved online chat room discussions among the suspects. Lawyer Amir Maklid, representing one of the detained, argues there was no terror plot. He says the group of young men ages 16 to 20, all U.S. citizens, might have been in inappropriate chat groups but did nothing illegal. Authorities say the plot was inspired by Islamic State extremism, but it's unclear if the group had the means to carry it out. Ionia Central Dispatch says a planned power outage will take place for Portland Board of Light and Power customers tonight. The outage will run from 11 p.m. until 8 a.m. on Sunday, November 2nd. Officials say the outage is necessary to support ongoing work on the new Grant Street substation, which is scheduled to go online in spring of 2026. They say they appreciate residents' patience and understanding as this important infrastructure project progresses. Well, the city of Lansing is launching a program to help people protect their money and pass it on for years to come. 6 News reporter Delaney Rogers is in studio. And Delaney, what can you tell us about the new program?
Rachel, the program is called Legacy Planning, and it is designed to help people protect financial assets like retirement funds, bank accounts, and even homes. The program is through the Financial Empowerment Center in Lansing, which aims to help people understand their assets and work through financial processes. In fact, studies have shown that most people do not have a will or an estate plan, and with a legacy planning program, people would have the opportunity to have one-on-one sessions to set those things up all for free. Courtney Bettel, the principal for Cities for the Financial Empowerment Fund, says that it is important to have plans in place regardless of how much money you make.
Just because you're not super wealthy doesn't mean that you don't need a legacy plan, right? You want those things that you've worked so hard to get to be protected, to be able to pass them to the next generation. Actually do really need to formalize some of these decisions, especially if you want to make it easier on your loved ones. And so we are offering this service for free because a lot of people are having trouble connecting to resources in their local community that they can afford.
You can sign up for sessions with trained financial counselors through the Lansing Financial Empowerment Center or by calling 311. We also have a link to more information about the program on our website at WLNS.com. Back to you.
Thank you, Delaney. Research shows that expecting mothers infected with COVID-19 can pass on a serious complication to their unborn child. A new study from Massachusetts General Hospital finds those children have a higher risk for developing autism and other disorders, including speech and motor skill problems. The difference for any one child was small. The research also shows boys are at a greater risk than girls for neurological disorders when the mother is infected.
When a woman gets an infection like COVID, her immune system revs up, and the inflammatory signals that are part of the immune system can cross the placenta and reach the baby. And that can actually change how the brain is developing.
The study looked at more than 18,000 mothers and their children born early in the pandemic. Many of the mothers were not vaccinated against COVID-19 because the shots were not widely available at the time. And the risk of heart attacks and strokes rises significantly in the weeks after catching the flu or COVID. A UCLA study found that both the flu and COVID, as well as chronic infections like HIV, raise the risk for serious cardiovascular events. Researchers say the study highlights how critical it is to get vaccinated for flu and COVID. The official 2025 state Christmas tree is in place in front of the state capitol tonight. The 68-foot spruce was donated by Linda Reed in honor of her grandparents, Lawrence and Nettie Ritchie. The tree was harvested in Sault Ste. Marie. It arrived around 8:30 this morning, and local Boy Scout troops helped untie the tree. A tree lighting ceremony will be held on November 1st at the 41st annual Silver Bells in the City celebration.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, we had the sunset around 6:30 tonight, but things are going to change tomorrow as we fall back. Check out some of these times that we're going to see for when we fall back tomorrow. Owasso is going to be the first one to see the sunset at 5:27, and just a little bit later down there in Hillsdale and Hastings, where they're going to see it just after 5:30, but a little bit earlier than what we are used to. Looking at the high temperatures today, we are right around what we should have been. Average high for this time of year is 53 degrees. That's what we hit in Lansing, 52 in Mason. A little bit cooler down in Jackson, where they're only at 50 degrees. Current temperatures right now, chilly. A lot of us have already dropped down into the low 30s. It's 30 in Lansing, 32 in St. John's, and 31 degrees up there in Owasso. Looking at precision cast for the next few hours, so going into your morning hours, we're going to start off really nice. You might actually have some frost because it's going to drop our temperatures tonight. But then we're going to rebound nicely with lots of sunshine and temperatures in the mid-50s. It will be a little breezy tomorrow, so that's something you want to keep in mind. Going into your Monday, though, it's going to be kind of like today, where we're going to see some rain showers, but it's not everyone that's going to get them. It's mainly going to be to the north that they're going to see more of the rain showers. But still, everyone has a little bit of a chance for your Monday. And then you can see just quickly, or how quickly the rain showers move out of the area by Monday night, and then we should have a pretty nice day for your Tuesday. And then looking at the precipitation trend for the next few days, so not big changes. So basically, Sunday and Tuesday is when we're going to have the driest days, and then Monday and Tuesday we had those chances for precipitation, but you notice they're lower, 30 and 40% chance. So it's just going to be hit and miss showers for the next few days. Definitely not going to be a washout by any means. We're not really looking until this coming weekend when we see some better chances for some rain. But one of the big stories is the winds for this coming next few days. You can see as we go into the later hours of Sunday, we have wind gusts approaching 20 miles an hour. Those increase going into the overnight hours, and then by Monday we have wind gusts approaching 25 miles an hour across the area. And as we go into your Monday, they kind of stick around, and some of us could be even seeing wind gusts approaching 30 miles an hour. But for tonight's forecast, again, we'll be dropping down into the low 30s, partly cloudy skies, and winds will be light. And then we also have that chance of frost that will be coming around going into the early morning hours for tomorrow. But that goes away quickly as we'll have mostly sunny skies. Winds will be coming out of the southwest at about 5 to 10 miles an hour and could gust a little bit higher at times. And looking at your 6-day forecast, pretty nice forecast for the first week of November. We do have those scattered showers for your Monday, but then you notice by Tuesday we warm up quite a bit. We get into the upper 50s, pretty nice for this time of year. The fall foliage will definitely be great to take advantage of on Tuesday to get some good pictures on that day. And then Wednesday, we drop our temperatures just a little bit into the mid-50s with some scattered showers. The sun returns on Thursday, but a better chance for some rainfall happens on Friday, where we have high temperatures in the upper 50s.